Kazakhstan.
Next up, the first of 3 Americans in the event, 25-year-old Grant Hochstein.
Yes, beautiful quad.
If God had granted me a son, the son must die one by one. How soon they fly on at dawn, and I am old and will be Please bring him joy.
Those are all the jumps.
Oh,
Hochstein bringing the crowd to its feet in Boston.
Gosh. Few skaters bring me to emotion, but that was something special.
From the
Really
United
was.
States, Grant Hochstein.
I've watched him skate for so many years. He's been a part of the Michael Weiss Foundation. And just to watch how hard he has worked for this with so many ups and downs, and to have his opportunity to perform on a world stage and to bring the TD Garden to its feet with a standing ovation and a absolutely emotionally and technically amazing program.
And I think the crowd was ready to go on its feet with about a minute left in the program. They were with him.
Well, the music is just so captivating. I love that music from Les Mis, and it suits him so perfectly. And you have to sit and watch. My mouth was open the whole time. It was a special moment. I'm proud to be a witness of it. And here was that quad that he struggled with. Not even a hesitation on the landing. Just gorgeous. This triple axel, a little bit of lean in the air, but gets a nice combination off of it. It was one of those days where he was feeling it. And it wasn't just the jumps, it was the performance level of everything. Very committed to every movement. The spins, great positioning. His footwork, the whole program. This second triple axel, really the only minor mistake he made, putting his hand down on that triple axel. His coach, Peter Obergaard, knows how great this skate is.
Hit every element perfectly with the music too. Right? I mean, that combination, the musicality that he showed with that piece.
I mean, he's a skater that, he's worked so hard for this, had to coach to pay for his skating expenses, and now here he is on the world stage.
His free skate score, 162.44. And this is a season's best for Grant. His total competition score, 237.25. He is currently in first place.
So a pair of personal bests for Grant Hochstein, 162.44 for his free skate and 237.25 overall. And that has him in first place through 8 skaters.
Congratulations, Grant.
Representing Uzbekistan, please welcome Misha G.
Next up, representing Uzbekistan, 24-year-old Misha G, who's in 15th place after the short program.
Opening triple axel. Second triple axel has to be in combination. Triple axel, half loop, triple south, fights for the landing. nice triple-triple combination late in the program. So he gets 10% bonus.
Misha G of Uzbekistan.
Good skate for Misha. Jumps did not come easily in that program, but he fought for the ones. The triple axel, half loop, double sow. Sorry, triple sow was a fight, and that's kind of the way.
One more time.
I felt he's been skating this week. He's fighting for
Misha
things, which is
G.
a good sign. But it's also, you don't want to come to the World Championships. You want things to be light, flow, and easy. But when they're not, you want to have a fighter, and that's what he is.
Two minutes ago, Celtic performed for Grant Hochstein in the United States. We hope to see him and all the best skaters from Kansas City next year for the U.S. Championships. They have moved in the concourse. We're going to have to purchase tickets for that event. Or you go online to 2017.
Here is his opening triple axel. And then that triple axel. You'll see on the landing of this, Topic hits the ice, kind of grabs, loses speed and momentum, but is still able to get that triple south and says, I'm landing it. Here's a little closer look at that. You'll watch when he lands. Just can get that half loop off, and now really not a whole lot of flow coming out of that, so he didn't have a chance at getting full rotation on the landing of that triple sow. Looks like it will be an under-rotated jump.
Thank you everyone for support. Спасибо огромное всем за поддержку. Все дали очень
The scores, please, for Misha G from Uzbekistan. His free skate score, 146.10. Misha is currently in third place.
146.10 for the free skate
His
of
total
Misha G.
competition score,
Gives him 223.53 for the competition.
223.53.
There's the start order for the second to last group.
You know, this is also very important for the Americans as well. They're in 7th and 8th right now. The top two finishers need to combine for 13 points or less in order to gain 3 spots for next year's World Championships. So that pressure is on them as well. And who knows, with Grant Hochstein's performance, he may be up there.
Competitors, the warm-up
He is the
has
current
ended.
leader
Would you
through the
please
first
leave
half
the
of the
ice?
men's free skate. That 237.25 overall score.
representing Kazakhstan, ladies and gentlemen, Denis Ten.
So first to take the ice in warm-up group number 3, representing Kazakhstan, and in 12th place after the short program, 22-year-old Denis Ten.
Analysis of John Coughlin regarding Denis Ten. He has a really high ceiling. He also has a really low floor. If he's on, he can put up a huge score. Opens with his first planned quad sow. Not a lot of height on that jump. I'm used to seeing it a little bit more snap. 2-foot at the landing. Triple axel. Quad planned in the same place where he missed the first one. Throws in a triple axel, triple toe, and there's an example. And that was supposed to be triple axel, double toe, but he knew he needed the points, and he's capable of doing amazing jumps like that. And also capable of mistakes as well, as we saw in the quads.
of Kazakhstan.
And you know that it's just so much to ask. Coming back from an injury-plagued season and to expect to be at the top of the sport again right away, it's a lot to ask. I have no doubt that he will again be on the top of the sport. He will be one of the best skaters again. He has great work ethic. He has incredible quadruple jumps when he performs them. But when you just don't have the practice because of injury, you're fighting an uphill battle. But I have to say, he didn't back down on anything. He tried them. And, when you're a competitor, sometimes that's the only thing you got to hold on to when things don't go well. That, I didn't give up. I didn't throw in the towel. I didn't pop them and turn them into singles. He went for those first two quads, fought for that triple axel, triple toe. Here is the first quad sow. Not quite the normal height that he gets, and he had to 2-foot the landing on that quad sow. Here's a second look at that. Looks like it may have been slightly under-rotated, but certainly 2-footed. Here's his triple axel. He gets good spring, good vault up into the air. That was his first one. His second triple axel he threw on in combination. Great spring and vault on that, right up into a triple toe. It was late in the program, good fight. But just a disappointing competition, but more so a disappointing year for him. He has very high expectations, and the skating world has very high expectations for him because he can do it. He's a bronze medalist at the Olympics and medalist multiple times at the World Championships.
The scores, please, for Denis Ten from Kazakhstan. His free skate score, 151.58. His total competition score, 230.13. Denis is currently in second place.
After a 1-point deduction, 151.58. For the free skate of Denis Ten gives him 230.13 for the competition. And that currently has him in second place.
Joining us now from Latvia, ladies and gentlemen, Denis Vasiļjevs.
In 10th place after the short program, representing Latvia, Denis Vasiļjevs. Opens with triple axel. Not great height or speed, but certainly effective landing. Another triple axel. Very smooth on that combination.
The grid. Attention frontier. I tried to picture clusters of information as they move through the computer. What did they look like? motorcycles. Were the circuits like freeways? I kept dreaming of a world I thought I'd never see. And then, one day, I got in.
Good flow, good speed. Turned it into a double. Another one planned here. Another triple Lutz. That one a little two-footed.
Vasiļjevs of Latvia.
Well, at only 16 years old, he's the youngest men's competitor in this event, and he's a competitor.
Denis
I mean, I'm watching
Vasiļjevs
in practice, I'm like,
from Latvia.
he hasn't been hitting the jumps that well in practice, and then he goes out and does it. It's almost like he's young and he doesn't know any better. Oh, I don't actually have to do them in practice. I'll just do them when they count, and he does.
Yeah, two great programs from Denis Vasiļjevs. Had a personal best in the short program.
It's a hug from his coach, 94 Olympic champion, Alexei Romanov. And here is that triple axel in combination.
I tried to picture clusters of information as they moved through the computer. What did they look like? Ships, motorcycles. Were the circuits like freeways?
Here's a close look at his feet while he's doing his combination spin.
And then, one day,
The judge is looking for position, speed, and center. Difficult variations on those positions. And that's how they're graded with levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this triple Lutz, hoping to get a triple toe off, a little past rotation on the landing of the triple Lutz. That's why he didn't have quite the recoil in order to take off on the triple toe loop. Turned that one into a double, but then he goes down the other end, does a triple Lutz. Looked to be getting a little bit tired at this point in the program. Didn't have the spring on that triple Lutz and had to 2-foot it. Still thumbs
The
up
scores,
program.
please, for Denis Vasiļjevs from Latvia. His free skate score, 143.47. His total competition score, 224.54. Denis is currently in 4th place.
So free skate score of 143.47. Denis Vasiļjevs gives him 224.54 for the competition, and that puts him currently in 4th place.
He represents the United States.
Next up from the United States, 24-year-old Max Aaron.
Short program, Max put his hand down on the quad Salchow, which is uncharacteristic. It's usually his specialty. Look at the speed with which he takes this quad Sal. Beautiful quad Sal triple toe. As good as it gets. Very wisely has 3 jumping passes at the beginning, and he does spins, step sequences, and other spins so that he can get past the halfway mark and get that bonus for the second quad in the triple axel. That second quad planned. Another quad Salchow. Yes! Second triple axel. Only combination that he missed at the national championships was this element here. Let's see if he can redeem himself. Triple Lutz, half loop, triple sal! And like a blind man reading, he's feeling it.
Once again on its feet. This time, it's for American Max Aaron.
What a great skate, geez. And right at the end, that last double axel, he overjumped it. He went right past it. He had so much energy at the end of that program because everything was so light, so easy, no hesitation on any of the other jumps, that he just had so much energy at the end. He wasn't used to that with that last double axel, the easiest jump in the program. By far the easiest jump in the program.
Max Aaron from the United States.
But every single jump he did was, in my opinion, the best he could do it. I mean, there was no break in the waist on any landing from those jumps. Just lots of speed into and out of them. He's known as a technical skater, very calculated skater. Sometimes he's criticized for that because he doesn't focus as much on the artistic side, but that's his strength. Focus on your strengths. That's what he's good at. And he nailed the technical side of it here today.
In fact, the only negative GOE was on that final double axel.
I know. He lost himself maybe a point or two on that. But look at this quad sal triple toe. That's as well as he can do it. And that's not proper English. Triple axel, double toe, and just everything was very light, very easy. And this second quad too was just so, he explodes off the ice. And here's that left outside 3-turn, the snap and the spring off of that toe pick. 4 clean rotations. What a great skate. That's 2 great skates by the Americans. And we had the crowd on their feet at the TD Garden. They were loving Max's program.
And deservedly so, not just because he was an American skater, but because he turned in
The
an
scores,
amazing
please, for
performance.
Max Aaron from the United States. His free skate score, please. 172.86. And this is a season's best for Max. His total competition score, 254.14. Max is currently in first place.
Personal best free skate score for Max Aaron, 172.86, gives him 254.14, and Max Aaron is currently the leader.
What more can you ask for? Skating
He represents
your best
the
programs
Czech
of the
Republic.
year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The
Michal,
World Championships.
Březina.
Next up, 11th place after the short program from the Czech Republic, Mikhail.
that he has struggled with. He struggled with in the short program here as well. Triple combination. Another good triple axel. Starting to warm up. Like Max Aaron did. It was just a planned double axle. He went right past it. Opened up at 3 instead of 2.5.
Březina of Czech Republic.
And once he got past that quad at the beginning, the fall, he seemed to warm up, and the programs, got better as it went on. Both triple axles were nice.
From the Czech Republic.
But then it's another example of,
Michal,
you're feeling good about
Březina.
yourself. Things are starting to go well. The last jump in the program, you saw it happen to both he and Max Aaron. The easiest jump in the program, a 2.5 rotation jump. You have to realize that you really have to float that one and let it happen as opposed to attack it like the other triple and quadruple jumps. And sometimes you go right by it. I've been a victim of it myself. You think you have to really try on a double axel, and these guys with their ability, they don't necessarily have to try. They really just have to let it float and let it go.
However, on Sunday, a special event for you. It's our gala, 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We'll feature the top skaters from this week's World Championships. Tickets are still available, and if you're working in the audience right now, maybe you'll get up there. Mikhail, where are you at?
And you know who's going to the gala on Sunday? Jin Boyang. Congratulations.
And here was that opening quad sow. That has really been a challenge for him. But these triple axels, both of them in the program, were nice. Good loft, good spring, nice tight rotation, perfectly vertical in the air. And then triple flip, triple toe. Here's his second triple axel, which he has to do in combination, and he did.
The scores, please, for Mikhail Březina from the Czech Republic. His free skate score, 158.70. And this is a season's best for Mikhail. His total competition score, 237.99. He is currently in second place.
It's a 1-point deduction, 158.
Double axel is the difficult jump of the men's event. Good recovery on that 3-jump combination.
Ivan Righini of Italy.
And he knows it actually had some great moments in it. He started out very well. Nice quad, nice triple axel. And then it just kind of lost momentum in the middle. And that double axel is one that's just been getting guys tonight, isn't it? It's normally an afterthought.
One more time.
You need to run down
From
there and tell
Italy,
everybody. Make sure you
Ivan
think about
Righini.
your double axel to the rest of the competitors.
Yeah, I don't think anyone had that one as the jump causing so much difficulty for these guys tonight.
Here was that opening quad toe. Nice, tight, vertical, perfectly straight air position. Made for an easy landing. Here's his triple axel double toe at the beginning, the one that did go well. Here's a little closer look at that triple axel double toe. Left outside edge, hitting the toe pick, vaulting him up in the air. Here's his triple Lutz. Arms above the head, the Rippon Lutz. And then here he is selling the program. That is one thing he does do well. He really gets in to the performance of this footwork. And the reaction at the end is, I know I had some great moments, but few of them I'd like back.
The scores, please, for Ivan Righini from Italy. His free skate score, 147.35. His total competition score, 228.52. Ivan is currently in 5th place.
So 2-point deduction for the falls gives Ivan Righini of Italy 147.35 for his free skate and an overall score of 228.52, which places him 5th through 17 skaters.
Ladies and gentlemen, he represents the United States. Please welcome Adam Rippon.
And now the final skater in Group 3, the men's free skate from the United States, Adam Rippon.
First jump, the quad Lutz will tell the story. If Adam wants to make a jump, a big jump up from 7th place into potentially medals. Here is that opening quad Lutz, the hardest jump in skating. He holds on to it. Looked like it was at least under-rotated, maybe downgraded. The judges will take a look at that.
all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Beautiful triple combination. And when Adam hits his jumps, his component marks and his energy level goes way up.
You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the line of a dark black night.
Triple Sal. He's hit them all. Watch this arena erupt.
Another magical moment here in Boston. Adam Rippon of the United States.
You know, you could just feel it with Adam this week. You knew he was skating well. You knew he was in great shape. What an awesome moment. Everybody on their feet.
Adam Rippon from the United States.
And you know, he's one of those where, like I said, when his jumps are hit, it just builds and builds and builds, and that's exactly what that program does. And that's exactly what that performance did. And skating in your home country, this audience and this reaction, it will affect the component marks. It does.
Jeez. Adam totally soaking it all in, and never hurts to have the Beatles on your side as well. What a performance.
Remember that time all three American men absolutely killed it?
Oh, that time
Yeah,
when they
that
all
was
got
this time.
standing ovations? Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's how you write the script. The only thing in question will be this quad Lutz. As to whether he gets full rotation on it, looks like there's a bite on that landing. It will be under-rotated more than likely, but that'll just affect his grade of execution. A little bit on the points, but everything else, positive grade of execution. His triple axles that have always been a trouble for him. This season, not even close. Just he's really reworked it so that jump is a consistent element for him. And this Rippon Lutz, a trademark of his, both hands up over the head. Just exquisite. Every single element, the program and the music built, brilliantly choreographed by Jeffrey Buttle. And this three-jump combination towards the end of the program, just really the best you could expect from him. And Raphael's reaction, classic. That just happened.
Personal best in the short program. I think he's in line for a personal best free skate score
The
and
scores,
overall
please,
score
for
as well.
Adam Rippon from the United States. His free skate score, 178.72. This is a season's best for Adam. His total competition score, 264.44. Adam is currently in first place.
178.72. Almost 9 points higher than his previous personal best in the free skate. Gives him 264.44 for the competition. And that is almost 16 points higher than his previous personal best. He is in first place with just 6 skaters remaining.
And even with that performance, I mean, his quad lutz was under-rotated, and it got only a score of 7.96. But could you imagine if he didn't? If he did that cleanly, would have given him an additional 4 or 5 points, depending on the grade of execution on that as well. So, I mean, he's looking to certainly make a move up the ladder. We'll see how far, depending on how the other guys skate.
What a magical season for Adam.
Patrick Chan just landed his quad toe.
Yeah,
Bobby's going into his quad sow. It's like, oh my gosh, where are you looking? And we talked about this earlier, how much the sport has changed. I mean, the Olympics 2010, it was a different scenario. You were watching the 6-minute warm-up, and they weren't anywhere to be seen, or they were sprinkled over practice sessions, and now they're all over. And the guys aren't just doing them, they're doing them with ease, and they're doing them with good, solid, artistic programs. We talked about good
Competitors,
scores.
the warm-up has ended. Would you please leave the ice?
The 200 Club in the free skate. The only people that are members, actually, are Patrick Chan, Javi Fernandez, and Yuzuru Hanyu. So if we see good skates here, we could see well north of the 200 mark for just the free skate alone.
Highest ever score in the free skate, 219.48, put up by Hanyu in the 2015 Grand Prix final.
Representing Russia, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mikhail Kolyada.
We begin the final group, the 21-year-old Russian Mikhail Kolyada in 6th place after the short program. He'll be skating to the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack.
Relatively unknown coming into this World Championships. Finishing 5th at the Europeans. A strong short program showing. Here's his opening quad. Just light, easy, effortless. With a triple toe. Triple lutz. He looks like he's got room for another rotation.
Russia.
What a strong skate. You know, he really had the pressure on him, too, because his teammate from Russia, Maxim Kovtun, did not skate well. So the pressure was on him to really bring it home for Russia, and he did. You know, when I see this program, though, you think about what great elements he did all at the beginning of his program, which is awesome. But in complete contrast to somebody like Maxim, who had backlogged this program. You know, so those affect. When you get that 10% bonus by putting everything later, it'll affect your score. But, gosh, I love this kid. As soon as I saw him practice the other day, really enjoyed his skating. I think he's got a really bright future.
Positive GOEs across the board so far. Another fantastic skate for Kolyada.
You know, one also interesting thing is he doesn't do a triple flip in his program. And a lot of guys will make sure they check off every single element. Salto, loop, flip, lutz, axel. He does not have a flip planned in his program.
Hopefully there's some left after all that you bought. Merchandise booth will still be open.
And here was that opening quad right at the beginning. Just awesome. Takes off, and boom goes the dynamite. I mean, that was just so light and easy. Really well done. Here is his triple axel again. Just great spring, tight, clean air positions. And just positive grade of executions on every single element he did, from every jump to every spin. He did it as well as he could. And you know, in his short program, he really had a lot of personality to his program. And in this one, this program, although great, I think, in the performance level of all the jumps, I'd like to see him grow a little bit more, and I know he will, in his artistry and his component marks. But what a great foundation to build on. First World Championships to skate 2 clean programs. Awesome.
The scores, please, for Mikhail Kolyada from Russia. His free skate score, 178.31, and this is a season's best. His total competition score, 267.97. Mikhail is currently in first place.
So free skate score, 178.31, a new personal best, and also a new personal best overall score, 267.97 for Mikhail Kolyada of Russia, moving him into first place.
Next to the ice, representing Japan, Hanyu.
And now the favorite here in Boston, leader by more than 12 points after the short program. He represents Japan, Hanyu.
Short program, Yuzuru said he felt different. He felt like there was a lot of pressure. He was very nervous in the short program. Still skated amazingly. Opens with his first 3 quads. The quad toe loop, much better than the first. combination. Right where the other one was. Not used to seeing him make any mistakes, let alone two. Just a very un-Hanyu-like performance. I mean, even the last spin did not have the speed and position, but multiple errors that you're just not used to seeing him have. He had a 12-point lead going into this short program, going into this free program, and you would think that was a very comfortable lead, but I think that is evaporated.
Yeah, he might need every single one of those 12 points.
Yuzuru Hanyu from Japan.
I mean, he just has set such a high standard for himself and an expectation for the world. I mean, when you see that short program being as amazing as it was and him setting records every time he steps out on the ice, his expectation level is so high. And when you see him not hit that level, it's shocking.
All right.
But, you know, you realize that he is not superhuman. Here was his opening quad sow. Just a little hesitant on the landing. Wasn't necessarily anything really wrong with it, just more hesitated on the exit of the jump and had to put his hand down. And this quad toe was very nice, the best element of the program for him. And then here is his second quad sow cow, the third quad of the program. He had to do this in combination. And then here, very difficult entrance into this triple axel. Double threed out of it, turned into a half loop double sow, which initially on the scores was showing as just a plain triple axel, and I was thinking, no, that was a 3-jump combination. They have made the correction now that I'm looking at the screen. But I think this Boston audience is just in shock. We just expected him to walk away with this. Earlier this week in practice did a run through that just didn't even hesitate on anything, landed everything beautifully. You can see that disappointment on both his coach Brian Orser and his face. He's got to be wondering to himself, is that going to be enough?
The scores, please, for Yuzuru Hanyu from Japan. His free skate score, 184.61. His total competition score, 295.17. Yuzuru is currently in first place.
So after the 1-point deduction, 184.61 for Hanyu's free skate gives him 295.17.
And that is
enough to move him into first place for now.
And that is a big score, but the door is certainly open.
Let's
for
welcome
Javier, Fernandez,
from
Patrick
China,
Chen, and this man here.
Boyang.
In fact, that was the 5th highest ever score for an overall competition put up by Hanyu. So we continue along.
That's surprising.
With Boyang Jin representing China in 5th place after the short program.
Watch for the quads that he does. He can compete with anybody in the world as far as technical content. This the hardest combination in the world, quad lutz triple toe. Stepped out of that, no combination. Another quad sow cow. Makes that triple axel half loop triple sow look easy. Very difficult 3-jump combination. Fights for that landing. And the 4th quad, another quad toe. And that one was the best one of the 4. At 2 minutes and 48 seconds into the program.
Jin of China.
And, you know, all the quads are amazing. They really are difficult, but he did not execute all 4 of them perfectly. It just kind of lacked a little bit of energy for me. It was almost like you were waiting for the next jump. And I think that's the biggest criticism people have of his skating, is that you are waiting for the next jump. And
from China,
he will continue to improve on his components and his artistry. And this is, you got to remember, this is his first World Championships. And he's a great athlete and a very good competitor, so you have to imagine that he will realize what his weaknesses are and work on them and come back stronger.
Now, if someone would have told you about 10 years ago you would see 4 quads landed in a free skate, what would you have told them?
It's not only that they're doing 4, they're doing multiple kinds of quads. You know, it's the south, it's the toe, it's the Lutz. And here is that quad Lutz. And he missed it, double 3'd, I should say, out of it in the short program, stepped out of it here, and he's been hitting it consistently all year. So to miss both of them by his standards, to miss him here is a surprise and a disappointment. But he just gets great height and great spring on these jumps. I mean, even that landing was a little bit labored, a little bit difficult. You know, he had to pull it out, and he's not used to doing that. He's used to landing them with tons of speed. There's another quad where he was like, I'm going to do a combination. Nope, just don't have the flow. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to put it on the second one. And here's the feed on the takeoff of that quad toe. Just great knee bend, great spring, great vault, tight air position. Just late reacting when that foot hit the ice. You want to anticipate that landing and float out of the air. He kind of reacted when his skate hit the ice. But amazingly enough, the 4th quad was his best quad in the program.
The scores, please, for Boyang Jin from China. His free skate score, 181.13. His total competition score, 270.99. Boyang is currently in 2nd place.
So 181.13 for Boyang Jin of China. Is in 270.99 for the competition and places him currently in 2nd place.
And he did break that 100-point mark just on his technical score alone.
He represents Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, Javier Fernandez.
Now the defending champion, Javier Fernandez of Spain, needs 196.66 to move into 1st place. And 2nd place after the short program.
You said Javier needs that 196 in order to take the lead. He is capable of it. His highest score was a 201 at the Grand Prix final earlier this season. He's got to hit those quads. Here's his first. Perfect quad toe. Sow combination. And he looks like his jumps are on tonight.
but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush.
His third quad.
And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the rush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do
second triple axel.
be a lady tonight. Luck to be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Let a gentleman.
And that's it. Final triple loop.
Just how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Hey, look, be a lady. Look, be a lady.
Before he finishes. Yuzuru Hanyu left the door open, and Javier Fernandez just went sprinting through it.
Javier Fernández of Spain, not going to let that title go easily. What a performance. Standing ovation at the TD Garden. And just silky smooth throughout that whole program.
And that is the best I've ever seen him skate.
Fernandez.
Everything from the jumps, and not just the jumps, the whole performance was there. Everything. He had the audience eating out of the palm of his hand.
Oh my God.
Just awesome. A hug from his coach, Brian Orser. It's got to be an interesting feeling as a coach where you have one of your students that doesn't skate well and then the next absolutely kills it. Here's his quad toe. A perfect grade of execution from the judges, and it was well-deserved. Quad sow, triple toe. Just no hesitation, really, on any of the jumps that he had. Just, here's the second quad sow. Just no sweat. Yep, that was it right there.
Luck to be a lady tonight.
His choreographer, David Wilson, getting hugs as well. Just like a master carpenter, he nailed it.
So again, he needs 196.66 to move into the lead.
The scores, please, for Javier Fernandez from Spain.
You worked hard and you deserve this.
His free skate score, 216.41. This is a season's best. His total competition score, 314.93. He's in first place.
Always nice when the scores get you a standing ovation as well. A pair of personal bests. The second highest ever score in a free skate. Javier Fernandez, 216.41. And the third highest overall score ever, 314.93. He is your leader with 2 skaters remaining.
And well-deserved. All the talk about Yuzuru Hanyu. And Javi is the defending world champion. And he just proved why.
From Japan, please welcome Shoma Uno.
And the second to last skater in this final group, in 4th place after the short program, from Japan, Shoma Uno.
Skating after a program like Javier's performance, sometimes you can feed off that energy. This is Shoma's first World Championships. Does not have that experience yet, but he has some great jumps. Quad toe loop, holds on to it. So the majority of the jumps are in the second half, the bonus time. After the 3-minute mark, he still has a quad toe and 2 triple axels planned. Here is that quad. Bad fall landing on his hip. Hard to recover from a fall that hard. Let's see what he's made of. Oh, to get up after a fall like that, your hip is throbbing. To hit a triple axel, what guts. Fight.
Gutsy performance from Shoma Uno of Japan.
Just very impressed with that skate. To be in a position where you're skating after the defending world champion who absolutely ripped the roof off this building. This being his first world championships, and he came out and skated
One
a
more
great
time,
program.
ladies and gentlemen, from Japan.
Dealt with adversity.
Shoma Uno.
I mean, that quad toe, he's going to be feeling that all week. I've hit like that. Sometimes the adrenaline gets you through it right during the performance, but he is going to be feeling that later. And to get up and do not only one triple axel, do a second triple axel in combination with a triple toe, which looks like that triple axel, triple toe, the last jump in his program after that fall, is going to be the highest scoring element in his program. Very impressed. Here was his first quad. Nice triple loop at the beginning of the program. Sorry, that was actually right past the halfway mark. And that's when all the fireworks started. This is second quad toe. Oh, right on his tailbone. But then he gets back up, completely focused, and a triple axel that late in the program. And this cantilever is an awesome display of balance and flexibility, putting all that pressure on your knees, getting your weight completely out over the ice, puts a ton of pressure on those edges too.
The scores, please, for Shoma Uno from Japan. His free skate score, 173.51. His total competition score, 264.25. Shoma is currently in 6th place.
So after a 1-point deduction, 173.51 for Shoma Uno's free skate gives him 264.25 for the competition and has him in 6th place.
And I know he's disappointed, but still a gutsy performance.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, representing Canada, Patrick Chen.
And now the final skater in the men's event. He's a 3-time world champion and represents Canada, 25-year-old Patrick Chen.
And he needs a huge score of 220. As you see, his season's best is only, I should say only, is 203.99. Just a month ago, he skated his greatest free skate of his career at the Four Continents. He's got to hit this opening combination. Turned into a triple, towed in. The blade completely slipped out from him, didn't get any height. Not enough height for a quad. In his short program, not here. Second quad attempt, looking for a combination right against the wall. Almost hit the camera. Jump in his program, playing triple flip, turn that to a double.
of Canada, closing out the men's event of the 2016 ISU World Figure Skating Championships.
And he just did not have it tonight.
From Canada,
he took 2 years off. Got back with enough time this season to have some ups and downs, but mainly ups. And it looks like he was going to challenge for this title. That was just a performance where you just wanted go back and hit play again. Can we just try this again?
Well, in order to medal here in Boston, he would need 176.16.
Here was his triple axel in the beginning. This was one of the better triple axels I've seen him do. And then this quad lands it, but really getting close. Almost, God, from my angle, it looked like he was going to take the camera out, pull a mini Midori Ito on the landing of that jump. And then even here, just everything was a struggle. Everything, you know, these programs are so much about rhythm and flow, and if you don't ever get into that rhythm and flow, it's hard to just pull it out of nowhere.
The scores, please, for Patrick Chen from Canada. His free skate score, 171.91. His total competition score, 266.75. Patrick is currently in 5th place.
So 171.91 for the free skate of Patrick Chen gives him 266.75 and places him 5th in the competition. That means Javier Fernandez successfully defends his title, battling back from more than 12 points down after the short program with an unbelievable free skate here in Boston.
And that is amazing. I mean, he just had to be comfortable knowing that. I mean, the two of them train together. Javier Fernandez, Yuzuru Hanyu train together every day, share the same coaches. And, you know, when he knew that Hanyu had slipped up, he just came and brought it. Did not hesitate on anything, on any element he did. A well-deserved recapturing of his world title.
So 2 champions have now been crowned here in Boston. Tomorrow we'll have our 3rd and 4th, as we'll be concluding the competitive part of the 2016 ISU Figure Skating Championships tomorrow night, right here at the TD Garden in Boston.